In this video, I'm going to show you how to migrate your website over to the Cloudways platform, step by step. Hey, Steve here from coffeeshopblogger.com, where I help people get confident with WordPress. So this video is for those of you who have a website on a hosting platform like A2 Hosting or something like HostGator, and you want to move your website to the Cloudways platform. And I'm going to show you how to do that step by step. So the first thing you'll need to do is come over to cloudways.com, and if you use the link in the description, you'll get a discount. And once you've created your account and you've logged in, if you come over to the servers, I currently have one server, but you'll have no servers if this is completely brand new to you. You need to add a new server by clicking on Add Server, and then you want to select an application, and you just want to click on the most recent version, which is 5.2.2 for me. And I'm going to name this server, I'm just going to do it like a description of what website I have on the server. And you can create a project if you like, and then you want to name the app, and I just named my app the name of the website. And my website is caffeinatedtutorials.com, where I create all the tutorials for my YouTube channel. So I'm just going to paste that into here, and then when you filled out all those details, you'll get a choice of which server to use or which service to use, and I typically use DigitalOcean because it's the cheapest, I think. So if we have a look, you can see the prices change at the bottom there, and I'm just going to choose 1 GB of RAM, and I'm going to leave my location set to London, and then you want to click on Launch Now. And what it's going to do is going to create the server and set up everything that we need, and then it's going to install WordPress as well. It takes about 7 minutes. So while it's doing that, what you want to do is come over to your website and log into your admin, so you're on your dashboard, and you need to install a plugin. So come over to plugins and add new, and then you want to search for Cloudways. And the first one you will see is Cloudways WordPress Migrator, and just install that and click on Activate, and you'll now see this Cloudways Migrate option, and you need to fill out these details once your Cloudways server has been created. So while I'm just waiting for my server to be created, I thought I would just go over the Cloudways platform and what it is. So it's a cloud hosting platform that is managed. So you're using a cloud server, which is either DigitalOcean, Linode. You can use the Google Cloud or Vultr. So it installs your applications on those services, depending on which one you choose. But Cloudways are kind of like the middleman. They install all of the applications and everything that you need to run. So Cloudways manage that cloud infrastructure. So it's kind of like a extra layer of support. So if you have any troubles with your website, you've got some people that you can actually talk to. I've been using Cloudways now for just over a year, and I've probably used this chat feature, which you get access to when you log in, and you just put in your information here, and you get talking with a support agent really quickly. And so far they've been extremely helpful if I've ever had any issues, typically with WordPress, because that's what I use for all my websites and my website projects. And so the main benefits with Cloudways is that it just gives you that extra layer of support, which you don't typically get if you go directly with DigitalOcean or like Vultr, those services. So here's what my website looks like at the moment. It's just a ready-made template that I created with GeneratePress, and I have my website on the A2 hosting company. So now that my server has been created, I can now click on this to have a look, and this takes me into the actual server details. And then to get the information of the actual application, you click on this www section and then the application. And then what you need to do is copy this application URL. So you can triple click that. And you need to paste that into here. And it looks like it says WordPress and then there's a bunch of numbers. .cloudwaysapps.com, and then we need to copy the public IP address, so you can just do that by clicking on the IP address, and you want to paste that into here, and then you need to create a username and password for SFTP. So I'm just going to make this up now. And I'm going to create my password with this password generator, which is found at passwordgenerator.net. Just going to copy that. And then click on add. And then come back over to here and paste the password in here and the username. And I'm going to copy the email address I have here. I think you can use any email address though. And then we need the database name, which is just here. So once all those are filled out, click on the I agree to BlogVault, because the service we're actually using is it's called BlogVault, and then click on Migrate. It's just validating my details, and once it's done that, it will start to copy all of my website database and the files from A2 hosting and over to this new server. And you'll start to see the progress bar when it starts to copy this information over. So once the site has been migrated, or the files and the database has been copied, you'll see this page here, and then you can click on this button here to visit the URL of where the Cloudways app has been installed, and it will just look exactly the same as the website where the domain name is pointed to. And you can see that because I'm logged into this one where my domain name is, I've got the bar at the top, but this one I'm not logged in, so that bar isn't showing, but you can just tell that it's copied everything right because it looks exactly the same. And what we need to do now is point the domain name to the Cloudways server instead of pointing to A2 hosting. So you want to come over to your domain name registrar, and I'm using Namecheap, so whichever domain name registrar you're using, log into your account, and you want to click on manage on Namecheap. If I scroll down, I can see that I've got this custom DNS, which is the A2 hosting name servers, and because I'm using Cloudways, I need to change this to Namecheap Basic DNS, and then click on this tick, and then click on Advanced DNS. And then what we need to do is come over to Cloudways and copy the IP address again, and we need to create a new record, and we need to create an A record, and where it says host, put in an at symbol, and paste in the IP address just here. And then the TTL, you need to change this to 1 minute, and then click on the tick to save changes. And once it's done that, I can delete this one, and I'm also going to delete that one as well. And then you need to come back over to Cloudways again and click on domain management, and we need to put in the domain name URL into the primary domain section here. So I'm going to paste that in here and save changes. So now that's done, when we come to access details again, it is showing the domain name has been changed just here, and I can click on that now. And at the moment it's currently showing the old version because I've got that like cached into the browser. So that might happen as well for you. What you need to do is close that, and I'm going to close this one as well. I'm just going to close that one as well. And I'm going to clear my browser cache by clicking on recent history, and then I'm just going to select these two and clear now. And then when you click on this, it should have updated it. So now you can see I'm not logged in anymore. And you'll need to come back over to Cloudways and log in again. So when you come over to your website and go to your admin, so you want to come over to your admin, and something to note is if you go to the application, because we created this app inside Cloudways, it automatically gives you a username and password. But because we migrated an old website from A2 hosting, and we've copied that over to this new one, the username and password will be the same as what it used to be when you logged into it on your old hosting. So if you use these details here, it's not going to log you in because it would have been overwritten. So just to know that you need to use the old details that you was using previously as well. And so I'm now logged in to my WordPress admin again, and we can see the website has been updated. Refresh the page, it's got this login bar again at the top, and what I'm going to do is, you can do this as well if you like, is just copy your URL, and then if you come over to dnschecker.org, you can check to make sure that the DNS has successfully moved over to the Cloudways. So my IP address is just ends in 231.137, and that's where it's showing that on here. So there's a couple here that haven't been changed over. Most of them have been changed over. So it could take up to 24 hours to propagate completely, but in most cases it's pretty fast, and you will be able to log into your website and view your website from the Cloudways platform pretty much straight away. You can also check the website has changed over correctly if you go into a different browser. Yeah, it's always usually best to check the website in a different browser. So I'm just going to check that now with Chrome. So mine is actually still showing the old version, and I can tell that because it's showing the HTTPS version, and with the Cloudways I haven't actually installed the SSL certificate, so I know that it's still showing the old version of the website. So if you've cleared your browser cache and you've tried a new browser and it's still not working, and another thing you can do is change your IP address, but the only way to be able to do that is if you have a VPN, a virtual private network, and I currently use IPVanish. It's a pretty good VPN, and it's fairly affordable as well. So I'm just going to come over to here and choose somewhere that's already propagated the IP address over. Let's do Copenhagen, Denmark. See if that's there. Denmark, Copenhagen. So it's going to change my IP address to one in Copenhagen, and now it should work. It's giving me a pop-up to log in, so it looks like it may have done it this time. Right, so now I've opened up a new tab with the HTTPS, and it's saying that it's blocking it because there isn't an SSL certificate, so now we know that it's working properly. So if I delete that and I refresh that, if you're having trouble accessing the website because it's automatically redirecting you to the HTTPS version, then you can either click on the I understand risks. This is just my antivirus software that's blocking it, and it might not necessarily look like this for you. But what you can either do is go into your settings and change the URL from HTTPS to HTTP, or you can just come over to your Cloudways account and install the certificate. And you do that by putting in your email address in here, and then just put the URL and then click on install certificate. So something else you can do as well, if you don't have a VPN like me, you can always try and shut down your PC and restart your computer, and then try logging in then, and more often than not that usually resolves the issue as well. And if all else fails, you can always try turning off your router or your modem as well, and turning it off, leaving it off for a minute or so, and then turning that back on and resetting restarting your computer as well. So if you do a few of those things, clear your browser cache as well, you will probably find that it will resolve the issue and speed up the propagation process. Okay, so that SSL is installed, and then click on the URL again, and now it's working. It should be successfully showing my website from the Cloudways platform. And that is how you migrate your website from your current hosting provider to the Cloudways platform. I've got some future videos coming out which will be some more tutorials with Cloudways. I'll show you how to access your database. I'll also show you how to set up a cron job as well, which you can just do here. And I'll go into another video as well. I'll create another video as well that goes into some other settings like application settings and possibly the Cloudways CDN. But for now, I hope this video has helped, and give it a thumbs up if you like this video. And don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.